Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News, RSN Podcast. Yeah.
What up, peoples?
What's going on, everybody? We got a special guest today.
We got the one and only
Strat Town Trade D.
Your boy, and you know it too.
What's going on, man?
We in the building with the boys, man. I appreciate being the first guest on the show, man. I really watch the show. It's good to be in the house, man.
For sure, bro.
We appreciate
It's only right.
you. Word.
It's only right, man.
Man, so we coming up on 10 years THC.
THC, man, the Hits Collection mixtape.
Ooh.
August 9th, 2013, man. It'll be 10 years and, this year, so why not do it?
Right, man. Yeah, that's crazy. So what do you remember about, when you were creating that album? What stands out to you?
Honestly, at that time, us all living together, the whole Strap Town as a label, we all pretty much had a crib where most of us lived.
The townhouse.
So it was a lot of creating. We all was hustling and working, getting our hustle on during the day, but at night it was pretty much always a studio session. And it was a good time though, but it was kind of like a transition between. I remember my nephew being born, he become a little older and things changing in my life. And it was kind of very chaotic, bro, but it was off the heels of me and Nick putting our mixtape out. And we were just on a run, man. I was like, I got to strike when the iron's hot, man. We was getting shows, we was getting books. So it was crazy, man. There's a lot of stuff going on at the time.
Okay. Hey, I want to ask something based off that. And I got some questions down here for you, but based on what you just said, with the environment, with the house and everything.
Yeah.
What was the creative process for that? The environment that you were, creating in with everybody around. What was that? What was the creative process, environment, and what was the vision that you wanted to get over with the album, with the music?
Honestly, the whole background for the mixtape of the Hits Collection is no songs wasted. Because at that time, this is live mixtapes era, that Piff era, SoundCloud era, and a lot of people's putting out more quantity than quality. So and also just to be very transparent, I was on a very limited budget. So the recording, the mixing, the mastering, the production, I could only have 12 or 13 songs on this mixtape. So I was very dialed into every song I put on this tape was going to be very intentional. And at the time, the process, man, like you said, the townhouse, every day, me and Nick crashed in the same room. We had the studio in our room. Canary had his own room. The other homies in the house had their own space. So every time I was coming home, somebody was recording, writing, mixing, doing some kind of musical work. So it's a lot of inspiration going on every day, man, on a daily basis.
Hey, I was in there making the band, but
Pretty much.
Without the cheesecake walks, bro.
Pretty
Real
much.
talk.
But I want to talk to you about my favorite song off the album, right? So my favorite song was Love Game.
Love Game. Okay, I already knew you was going to say that.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. This is why I like this so much. It has triple nostalgia now.
Yes, it does.
So you had the Scott Pilgrim sample.
Sample, yep.
You had the Zelda sample.
Sample.
And then it's old school music now.
Exactly. It's kind of crazy because it is. It's retro. 10 years make it old school. It's kind of crazy.
Word.
But the thing about that is I was even listening to this a few weeks ago with Casanova, and we were breaking it down. He was like, I don't remember you saying a lot of the stuff you said in it. A lot of the stuff I was saying was double entendres. A lot of stuff was relationships with women, and also the games that we were raised off of, like Mario and Zelda, where these guys are chasing these women and they're making them go through all these things. Like I was saying,
that's what it was about.
Exactly. So it's double entendres, and it's kind of crazy now. You know how the red pill space, or a lot of men, this is what we're kind of programmed. And that's was the parts I was putting in the song. We're kind of programmed to go through all these things and chase after the woman, and you trying to save her from whatever it is. Maybe it could be Bowser, or it could be Zelda, whatever it is. But it's all double meanings to a lot of that song, man. Just some people didn't really tap into that. The people that did, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, they messed up.
They really did, bro.
Man, that's crazy. Just the way you just explained that, though. Just in general, I'm just visioning that. You know what I'm saying? Because even just going back to what you said a minute ago, when you were creating on. You said you were creating on a tighter budget. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes creating on a tighter budget make you more creative.
Yeah, it was, because I was kind of double checking on the beats I want. Some beats you hear you don't really need them, but you'll get them and work on them anyway. Mm-hmm. So I was only going for the ones that really struck a nerve with me, or the ones that I couldn't do without. So like, and shout out to all the producers that helped me. This is the first time I actually reached out to producers using social media, and I wanted to like show some of my homies that was like having issues with finding production. I mean, I literally was tweeting #producers, #mixtape, sent my email in a tweet, and people were sending me all kinds of beats. It was crazy, bro. Like from all over the world. People that wanted to work with me, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. So who were like some of your biggest influences growing up as an artist? Like who were like maybe like 3 people that you kind of ripped out of their notebook that made Trey D?
Oh, for sure. I had to give props to Hove, the God MC, Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. That's all the way around probably the most influential rapper in my life. Behind that, probably Currency, or I'll say Wiz Khalifa. They're like a split number 2. And the third, I would say the whole influence of 3 6 Mafia. Just like from DJ Paul's production to Juicy J's DJing and sampling to even Lord Infamous triplet flow. I never used the triplet flow. I maybe used it once or twice on the tape, but like just the influence of that is like, it just gave me a lot of influence, especially coming from Tennessee. It's like a lot of the music we came up listening to was like influenced by a lot of stuff that I was listening to coming up. It's crazy.
It's funny because I think you're the first one that gave me a 3-6 CD.
Shit, I was one of the first people to give you an A-Ball MJG CD too. I remember that. Was it the one when they would sign a Bad Boy? Or was it an older one? Yeah.
No, you gave me both. You gave me Space Age Pimpin'. And you gave me the one where they had with
Living Legends, the one they signed with Bad Boy. Yeah. Shout out to A-Ball and MJG. It's another legendary group from Tennessee. I think they don't get the flowers and enough praise for how much influence they put to the rap game. You know what I mean? Behind 3 6, in my opinion.
Yeah. So a funny story. We used to actually like give each other CDs. Like I would give him like a Fabulous CD.
Exactly.
I would give him a Dipset CD. Then he would give me like 8-Ball MJG 3-6, because that's how we started learning how to like other coast music.
That's what's up. That's dope. So speaking of that, okay, let's keep going with that. All right, so I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
2 questions based on the last 2 questions we asked you. All right. So the first one is, since you mentioned your influence and you know Jay-Z and different people, if you had one opportunity to have a dream collaboration, who would it be with?
Just one artist, or I get the multiple artists on the one song?
I'm gonna give you. You can pick any from 1 to 3.
Wow, 3 is crazy because 3 would be like an old school song,
yeah,
maybe like
it was like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, like a posse cut. Yeah, Spotify ain't putting that on no playlist. It's too long. Or we could do like a old hip hop R&B song where we got the singer on the hook.
Yeah,
we got me on one verse and we got the feature verse. You know, back in the day, if you was flaming like that, you was on the last verse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But nowadays, we trying to get the song all in one. I would probably use one of my credits for production. I would get like a Kanye beat, or I would get like a Pharrell or a Dr. Dre beat, and then I would get the feature from Jay, and then I will hopefully get like a hook or like a bridge from like Nas or Eminem, whoever is more like appropriate for the song or the sound or the feel of the song. But like, I know that's like a super old head answer.
No.
No, but that's good. That's you though.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know a lot of people's like, man, he ain't say Playboy Cardi and Yeet. Like, what happened, bro? He whack, bro.
No, but you know, that's the thing though. That's the thing that
it's too rare, and Don. Do you see the Don now?
Yeah, pretty much, man. And I mean, Nas, bro, I might have to get the flow, the hook from Jay and get Nas a verse. Nas been flaming on all the music he been putting out lately, bro.
Yeah, for real.
He been killing it, him and Hit Boy, man.
We were just talking about Office Hours last week.
Yeah, you hear 50 on there?
Yeah.
50 was on there sounding confident, bro. I like to hear that, man. It was cool, man, because 50 made music, made TV now. So, like, that's like someone get me to flow. Like, I ain't made a new song in like 3 or 4 years, so it's like, it'll take me a minute, man. Last song I came out was with Slyce, man. It's been a long time, man.
Sir.
So it's like, man, we gotta knock the dust off a little bit, bro.
Hey, we might have to. We gotta get something going, man.
Hey, man, when it feels right, we can make it happen, bro. It's gonna get the right production, the right feeling, the right hook, and we can make everything happen, man. I'm sitting next to 2 lyrical geniuses, man. They might downplay it because we podcasting now. We make content, but like these 2 guys right here, man, their lyrical ability is off the charts, man.
I'm not a rapper.
He on his Joe Budden kick, man. I don't blame you, bro. I sell sneakers now, man. I make content, but like, I just appreciate being acknowledged, you know, musically by y'all, man. My peers, man, it means a lot, bro. I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
boys,
for
man.
sure.
Appreciate that. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
The other part, I know Canary about to go with another question, but real quick, the other part of the influence, as you mentioned, You from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Was there any specific Tennessee artists that directly or indirectly influenced your sound or any part of your music?
I want to give a shout out to my homie, rest in peace, my man, Mikey Cigars. We actually went to school together. He was one of the first people that actually helped me hone the actual writing and understanding how people would like record music. I want to give a shout out to my boy, and also my boy Pearly James too. He was one of the first people I met that actually rapped in like real life. Was like, damn, I didn't know anybody from Tennessee that like put it in motion. Was like, yeah, I rap, I rap, but he actually was rapping in real life. Like, so we came up on like, obviously, like I said, 3 6 Mafia and 8-Ball MJG, but also local artists as well. You know what I mean? We had some people like our Player Flies, the Al Capones. What's another good one? Yo Gotti, when he got popular very early on. Shout out to Dolph, rest in peace to Dolph. I like a lot of Dolph. I think Moneybagg Yo be killing songs lately, man. He does a really good job.
I think Tennessee been killing it.
I really do.
People might not want me to say, but even I like some of Glorilla's songs.
Oh, bro, you can't hide it. I mean, if you like hit songs, she gonna give you something you're gonna like.
She's very catchy.
Yeah, she gonna give you something you like, and she be sample a lot of.
And she reminds me of
LaChat.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I think the same thing.
Hey, I wish we had Trey here for that conversation about Glorilla.
Which one?
Yeah.
I mean, he's here now, so
we should ask him. Let's ask him.
What you want to know, bro?
So there was some people on social media was saying that Glorilla needed to be more feminine.
I seen that.
You saw that.
I seen that. Yes,
What's your take on that? Do you think that men are less attractive to hood chicks?
You got 99 problems in the. She sound like me, bro. Like, but I don't think she can help it. Honestly, I think that's just her tone and her voice. But honestly, I think she should be more feminine with her features and her mannerisms. But I mean, we're not knocking her for the rap voice because, like,
that's how you're supposed to sound.
And I think that's what some people like about her because she has a unique voice, but she kind of like very relatable. She keeps it kind of hood. She keeps it kind of street for like an artist. Like, what y'all think about like artists like Scarlett? They got that kind of like real masculine voice for a woman. What y'all think about that?
I only heard of her one time. One of my cousins sent me a video. I mean, I don't know. I'm not too into that.
I think it only works for certain songs.
I don't think you should always be on that kind of wave.
It only work for certain
But don't Glow got some songs that kind of like soft. You know how Nicki Minaj starts singing on some songs? I like how she like.
I haven't heard those ones yet.
I haven't either. They're not popular, obviously. Like all the Ratchet Club songs are like the songs that I hear. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad at that. When I first heard Glow, I thought she was cool, but like we want to see something different also. You know what I mean? Got to mix it up a little bit.
For sure.
She had this song with Cardi. That's when she got my attention.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bona fide hit, bro. And Cardi verse went in, bro. I got to give it to her on that one, man.
It's the energy.
Artisan Founding.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The pen, bro. The mighty pen.
All right. So you want to get into some topics with us?
Of course, man. You know I'm here all day, man. I'm rocking with the boys, man. We back, bro. Let's get it, man.
All right. Let's talk some rap.
Let's get it.
So this week, the ladies showed up in new music. So let's go down it. So we got Offset and Cardi. They just dropped a new song called Jealous, which it was pretty dope. It was cool to see them together. Usually I don't like when couples make songs together, but they made it work out. We had Sweetie tagging YG. They made Birthday. I actually like this one a lot.
Another couple song. Sweetie and YG.
But this is where it worked out because, like, Sweetie, she just sounds like a female YG on the song.
Does she?
But it works.
She big it back and being moved.
Pretty much. Because, I mean, YG, let's say he's like one of the best from the West Coast right now.
Yeah.
Like, nobody in the past 5 years has came out that can lyrically match him like that.
Yep. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. For sure.
Nip's been gone for 5 years.
Man, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
Dang, it has been. It don't even feel like he been gone that long.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. YG's
you're right.
the king of the West right now.
You've been running it for a long time, man, for sure.
You're right.
And I don't usually like Sweetie. Like when she dropped her EP, I wasn't feeling it at all. But I like this song. If she can do this 5 more times, I probably could like do one of her albums. Like listen to her album.
She's another hit maker though. She keep a little catchy song for the girls to sing. For sure.
And it was cool to hear Tyga on it too.
Tyga ain't gonna never fall off. Y'all better y'all heard this song when he tried to sample Ice Ice Baby on Instagram? He put a little snippet out. Y'all heard that?
Nah.
People was flaming him in the comments, bro. They was like, man, you gotta stop this sampling the songs and just repurposing them. I said, man, he ain't gonna never fall off.
Wasn't Drake kind of throwing shots at him with that interview with Bobby?
I don't think so.
No,
What'd he say?
He was shout.
I
looked at it as a shout out.
Okay, I thought he was like, he said, you never heard my music? He was like, what about Tiger? You ever heard?
Imagine somebody bringing you up like that. That is kind of like a stray. He caught a stray off that one.
Maybe
Somebody knew Tiger too. I love Rack City.
Yeah, Yachty was on her podcast this week too.
I didn't get to check that out. Was it good like the Drake one?
Drake's was a little bit better, but Yachty is hella funny because he's hella sarcastic, right? So he kept pretending to be her, but he kept saying the N-word.
Oh, I know she was super uncomfortable.
And then she was like, please don't say that.
I know
I
she
wouldn't
was
say
super
that.
uncomfortable. Like, you in her bed, and she's like, you can't say that unless... Never mind, I'm not going to say that. That's crazy how she just got so popular, though, man. 2 big interviews in a row, man.
She was with, I think his name's Funny Mike.
Funny Marco.
Yeah.
I see that. He's like the king of satire, right?
Yeah.
Could y'all ever go on his show like that? How he be trolling people?
No,
I could.
I would be laughing the whole time, bro.
I would. I don't.
I'll be
cracking up.
I just play along.
I'll be cracking up. I think I would go along with it. I wouldn't take it like serious.
Yeah. He had some good interviews though, man. I had to give it to him.
Okay, so more new music, guys. So one of my actual favorite female rappers out today, young rappers, Bia. She dropped millions.
I like her too. I like her voice.
I think she's the only one that could battle with Ice Spice. Because one, she can actually rap. She actually has lyrics.
True.
Didn't she drop something too? Ice Spice?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear it, but I think
she just did a promo.
Oh, okay.
She is unstoppable right now, bro. Let's just keep it 1,000.
No, Ice is like, Queen of New York. She's pretty much Nicki Minaj back in like 2009.
Damn. You're right. You know what I call that though? I call that simp rap. Simp rap. You know why? Because half of her fan base is literally just people that are sipping on her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see it.
Like, imagine if some woman that looked average put out all the songs Ice Spice put out. People would be flaming her up in the comments.
You thought I was feeling you? A munch.
You gotta be bad.
You munching a munch.
You
Bunch of a munch. Bunch of crunch with a munch.
Like, bro, she was like a 5, bro. That album will probably go double used nickel, bro. Like, for real. It's just what it is, man.
She just looks good rapping.
And she's entertaining.
Yeah. But I think, Bia, if she actually keeps rapping, she can get that lane.
I really like that song she put out with J. Gold, too. It was a fire song.
London?
That was fire,
Yeah,
bro.
I like that,
How
too.
they was switching the words. That was fire, bro. That was fire.
And we had another one. Tinashe came back.
Who?
Tinashe, Talk to Me Nice. She's trending right now. She got like 1 million views in like a week.
Oh, word?
Her new song, yeah. And she sounds different. I like that. I like the song that she made a lot. That's probably like my favorite one I heard this week.
I gotta check that out. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
Dude, Tinashe in 2023, bro. That's crazy.
Right.
Respect that one.
Jessie Reyes, Still See You. She dropped a new one. Pretty fun song. And then one from the guys, we have Mario with Lil Wayne and Tyga, Main One. And those are pretty.
the singer?
Yeah, Mario.
That's probably fire. I love Mario. Mario keeps some heat, bro.
Where Mario been at?
On tour.
Yeah.
He was on the tour with all the what's that, Scream tours?
Oh.
Yeah, he was on all those tours.
We getting that money.
Bro, him, Sammy,
Getting that
all of them
money.
getting that bag, bro.
Yeah.
And still gloating from Versus, being the only one singing with no auto-tune.
That was crazy, man.
Right?
Oh man.
Yeah, he saved the 2000s rappers, the 2010s
Seriously,
singers.
bro. You ain't lying, bro. He's actually one of the ones that like held it down.
Right.
Man, do we got another verses coming up? I thought we had one coming up.
I wish. They announced JD and Diddy,
right?
but they didn't give a date yet.
Okay, I thought that
I think
was
they're trying to figure out if they're going to do it in
September or
Atlanta or New York. They haven't figured it out.
Oh man.
So I got a quick question off of this. So after, seeing the eras of hip hop, right? How do you feel about this new wave that's came out in like 2020? Like the new artists that are out today. Not the ones that we grew up on. The ones that pretty much just got here.
Like the new generation?
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are very, I would say they're resourceful. I want to say creative, but talent-wise, they're not creative. They're just very resourceful the way they use social media, the way that they like manipulate the algorithm, and the way they're able to put themselves out in front of a bigger crowd versus people of our generation, they felt they're a little bit too street a little bit too cool to maybe put themselves out. It's kind of how like when I played basketball, they said the hard work would always beat the talent. The talent is people that are too cool in the club that they don't want to tell you or show you that they got the talent. But these kids that we kind of deem kind of corny sometimes, they putting themselves out there, and that's why they're winning. You know what I mean?
That's a good perspective. I like that perspective. Like I heard a lot of different perspectives on that, but I like that because you're right. You're right. Like sometimes, it's not the person who can do the job. It's the person who's willing to try.
Yeah, and the person's willing to put themselves out there.
Yeah, put themselves out there.
Because you got to know the landscape of the moment right now. Like, I'm always forever going to be a Wu-Tang fan, but when them guys tour, they sell out a lot of venues across the world, but they're touring a lot of older music. Versus someone like me, I'm not going to go to a tour of some of these artists I've never heard of. Like I said earlier, like Yeet. Like I see a lot of people like him. I don't know none of his songs. Like, shout out to him. He got very popular without some old head like me knowing his songs. He doesn't need me to know what his songs are. That's another thing about them. They exist in places where mainstream people don't have to know. As a mainstream hip hop fan, name 5 Playboi Carti songs. Yeah. Playboi Carti's out here selling out festivals and shows.
That's true.
And he's very big. You know what I mean? My nephew's 14 years old. He's talking about Playboi Carti. I'm like, what you know about Playboi Carti? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was my nephew that told me about Yeet. I listened to it and I was like, wow.
You were shocked. You're like, this is like a bad SoundCloud rapper to us.
But they love him.
They love it, exactly. The energy to them is what they like. That's what they want to listen to when they're drinking their prime energy drinks and they're playing Fortnite. I mean, me and Canary was listening to Young Blood's Damn and drinking Sprite Remix, bro, 20 years ago. I can't say anything, bro. Right. What's the difference? You know what I'm saying?
Very true. So, Tina Knowles files for a divorce from Richard Larson.
Can't we all just be happy?
That last name sounds familiar. Who's Tina Knowles?
Tina Knowles is Beyonce's mama.
Beyonce's mom. Oh, damn. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I seen his name on Twitter, bro. They said his Twitter life score was atrocious, bro. Somebody in the comments is like, "This is what Lil Nas X has nightmares about."
Right?
Oh, damn.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I think this is like her second divorce.
You think it's one of them things where she like, she Beyonce's mom, so she clearly could do what she want, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
So you think it's one of them things like, he couldn't. It's like she got too many options. She got too much freedom. She, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need you for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you either on the ship or you off. You off. I don't know. I don't know if she's that kind of person or not, but
I don't think they went into like super strict details of it. It's just she probably just don't feel like it. Plus it's America, so divorce is like a golden nugget out here.
What do they call
for
that?
women at least?
No fault divorce?
Yeah, no fault
When you
divorce.
don't have to have a reason, they could just be like, yeah, I ain't feeling him today.
she woke up today was like,
She's like, I want to be single again.
Stella got a groove back.
She's like, I got a million followers out here. I'm trying to be single.
Right.
That's crazy, bro.
So yeah, love didn't make it this time.
Yeah. Give it another try.
Right.
Third time's the charm.
Speaking of not sharing the love, Drake went at Pusha T and Pharrell. Why did you go at Pharrell, Drake? What the hell did Pharrell do?
I was gonna say he an innocent bystander in the situation. However, being that they played this song, you know what I'm saying, at the Louis Vuitton event for dissing Jim Jones, maybe Drake just felt like, he wanted to do something. He wanted to get back at him.
So what y'all feel about everybody saying Jim Jones is only like protecting Drake or going at Pusha T because they brought him out at Apollo?
Yeah.
They say Jim is kind of on Drake's sack. He said Drake was the best rapper of all time in an interview.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what started the whole thing because he said Pusha T wasn't top 50. He said Drake was the best rapper of all time.
Yeah, I remember him saying Pusha T wasn't top 50.
That's what started all this.
Dang.
That's kind of crazy.
What y'all think about that? I think Pusha T is top 50.
I mean, as a rapper, Pusha T is in like the top. What clips he's like top 20?
See, he said with the group he could agree, but he said solo. He said who wants to dress like Pusha T?
Solo might like bump him down to the 30s.
I don't know. The reason I say that is because you got to think how many great.
It's a lot of. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all to think about. A lot of rappers.
Yeah, it's a lot of rappers.
Have y'all ever considered what LL Cool J is? He's just one person people don't even think about. So think about 49 other rappers like that you can think of, and then say, I'm gonna put Pusha T in that group.
It's like this. And then we get back into what we consider, and we considering just lyrics. We can consider influence, like.
Man, the Sugar Hill Gang was on that damn list.
A hip to the hip and a hip hop.
We ain't gonna sit here and say,
wait,
URL bars.
But does
Billboard be tripping.
does Pusha T have? But does Pusha T have a bigger song than that?
Did Jim Jones?
No.
No, he's talking
Sugar
about,
Hill Gang.
Oh, then that, of course not.
No,
of course not.
That's what
That's
what
part
they
of influence.
That could be the
Okay, name all the members of the group.
Oh,
I can't.
Now name the members of the clips.
yikes! That's
Yeah.
different. Everybody's beating on the lunch table doing grinding back in the day, so like everybody.
Yeah, we all did
That's
that.
influence.
We all did
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah,
influence.
we
You're
all did that.
right.
We all did that.
You're right.
Relevance.
You're 100%
Relevance
right.
is important.
We all
when
did
you,
that.
when you
That's
go
true.
on these lists.
And then Jim Jones said, "Name a Pusha T single that people like put that on in the club or put that on in the car." He said it's like super lyrical songs, but he's like people don't tell to put on their music like that. He said people
It
say
wasn't-
put on my music more than they put on his, and he had a
They're
point.
gonna
Yeah,
play
that's a good
ball in,
point.
yeah.
He had a good point. He's
Yeah,
like, I
good
got a lot
point.
of songs that they play in multiple regions of the clubs where I'm not even from.
Jones has some joints.
Yeah, he does.
He got a lot of playback.
Yeah, he
I
does.
mean, Product of My Environment was like one of the best CDs that he made.
Good CD, very good album.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Jim Jones. He's definitely talented, but
He kind of was trolling though.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he rocking with Drake and, you know, the situation with Drake and Pusha T. Then he said Cam was over Pusha T on the top 50 list. Y'all ever agree with that? Cameron? As solo artist, not
Yeah,
Dipset versus
yeah,
Clips.
yeah,
He said
yeah.
solo.
I gotta say, yeah. I
I'm
gotta put
biased
Cam.
in-
Me too.
I gotta put Cam over Pusha T.
I
I'm
got
biased
to.
in Cam's direction, so yeah.
I am too. And then he said NBA Youngboy. He said that too. I was like, no, he's just trolling.
But
Yeah,
that's
he's trolling.
relevance, though.
That's what he was saying. That's exactly what he was saying. I said, that's just right now, though. Ask us in 15 years about what NBA Youngboy is.
NBA is like their Jay-Z right now.
I think he's like their Tupac.
Yeah.
Like the way people really could relate to him. Like he's on house arrest, putting out like,
He hasn't been on tour in like 5 years?
yeah, he's only done one tour ever, like ever. He's always been on house arrest or in jail and he got a lot of. I mean, he was the number one artist on YouTube for 3 years straight until Taylor Swift took it back.
Wow,
Imagine saying that. I'm the number one artist in the world on YouTube. That's how many views he was getting.
that's crazy.
That's insane. I didn't even know who he was until like a few years ago.
That's wild. Okay, so before we get into the next topic, Trady,
Oh,
is there anything that has been going on in the news lately that stands out to you?
Yes. The young lady that made up the story about the little white baby walking down the street in Alabama. That was kind of crazy, bro. I ain't
Carly
gonna lie.
Russell?
I thought it was like a Juicy Smollett situation from the jump when they said the baby was on the highway.
oh man.
I was like, nobody's gonna stop and check the baby. Like, you're not gonna be the first one to see a baby on the side of the highway.
Nah, not at all.
That's true. That is very true.
Like, people didn't think that through. And then she said, when she was on the phone, she said, keep the 911 on the phone as you walk, drive behind the baby. She said the baby walked as far as a football field.
Wow.
How fast is it gonna take a baby to walk 100 yards?
Bruh.
That's crazy. She was only on the phone with him for like 9 minutes. I was like, yeah, they should have known that was a lie from the jump. That was the craziest thing I see on the news cycle for sure.
And then she turned herself in and said she was lying.
She got arrested?
Yeah, they charged her. They said she could be facing up to either like a year and like a $5,000 fine.
Yeah, I think it was.
Man.
Yeah. Might have been more than a year. I think it was a year and $5,000, something like that.
It must only be a misdemeanor. It must not be a felony then.
But
No, it's because no, that's not the same one. Actually, I don't know.
no, we don't know how much time. That was the
That was the chick from,
passport chick.
Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai. Yeah, that was passport.
Yeah, because y'all talking about the trucker, right?
Yeah.
I seen that. You know, it's crazy because she's one of my Snapchat friends. She is. I thought that was crazy. I was like, yeah, she followed me on Instagram, and then I got her Snapchat, and we were like Snapchat friends. I was like, is that? Ain't no way that's her. I was like, wow.
Come on the show and tell your side of the story.
I know, please.
can't.
RSM.
Oh yeah. She can't.
She said she can. Y'all said that they had her in a hotel, or so the way y'all made it seem like they had her in exile. I watched your episode talking about it, like she just ain't got no Wi-Fi.
They're gonna make a Lifetime movie off her.
Oh, you know it, bro.
I hope she make it home though. I really do, man.
Yeah, for For sure.
Word.
I mean, just for yelling at someone, that's crazy.
That is crazy. But you know, they have a lot of laws like that out there in other countries that people don't understand because we're so used to the way we live here. It's not that important like how we live here when you're in another country.
Yeah, you gotta look that up before you go.
Hey Jay, what you say? What you said she called him?
What? Oh, F-boy?
She said that?
Nah, he's like,
Allegedly.
Oh man, because if you curse, like you can get it. Like I know that for a fact. Like some guy sells shoes to is goes to Dubai all the time. He said if you curse in public, you can go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's crazy. In public, you can't even talk like that.
But yeah, hopefully she gets back soon.
Yeah, I hope she gets home too.
All right, so in the news, man, Eboni K. Williams is back at it.
What'd she do?
So basically, she was on Sidebar and she said, hey, you know, black women don't have to be chosen no more. They do the choosing. And they choose to be single mothers now. And they'll go out and purchase black man seed and just raise a baby by themselves. My question to you guys, do we need more single mothers in the black community?
No, sir. You know how Gunna was like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Man, that's a very bold statement she made.
It's like, yeah, she can't stop herself from going viral when she starts talking.
She bugging because then you go back to the whole thing about raising a child, right?
Yeah.
And they say you need both parents in the house.
You need
know
the
what I'm
village.
saying? Right. So when little Johnny grow up and he want to start robbing banks or doing this and that, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna go back to what's the root of the problem? His father wasn't in the life.
It was the black man fault.
Black man fault, but that was a choice.
Yeah.
If you choosing that, you know what I'm saying. So if you saying that, you just creating more issues. It seems like.
And that's my thing. Why are you gonna go after like black man seed? Go get a white zaddy.
Yeah.
Didn't she try to marry
Yeah,
a white
true.
guy?
That is true. So at least the demographics, when he go rob somebody, they can say it was a white man, not one of them.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
I mean, like, there's a lot of circumstances where you could become a single parent, either gender, a man or a woman, but you don't want to intend to do that because you're just giving your child a statistic, like, disadvantage from the beginning.
Right.
Like, that's all it's gonna do. Like, I have people in my family that got both parents and they still ended up messed up. So
Yeah, it can happen.
like, why would
way.
you give yourself a better chance of becoming messed up? Like,
That's
for
true.
real. That's crazy, man. I hope she didn't mean it the way it sounded because it sounded very irresponsible. Like,
She meant it very irresponsible.
Yeah, very. And she's a very wealthy woman. She's
And
successful.
she said she already has her vials of semen.
She stayed on the Breakfast Club. She had her eggs like frozen and stuff. That's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
that.
that's doing a little
too much.
Too much for me.
That's like, to me, that's like
Sheesh.
the female version of being an incel. That's like you planning to know no one's ever gonna marry me.
The femcells.
Yeah, that's literally like you being a femcel. Like, oh, no one's gonna marry me. I'm gonna have to pay $10,000 just to freeze my eggs.
So
That's crazy.
this is my question. How much would you sell your seed for?
Y'all heard the story about the brat and her wife? They couldn't find no black sperm donors.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she said he looked like Jiminy Cricket.
I laughed when I heard that. I ain't gonna
Dang.
lie. I thought that was so funny. I was like, yeah, because a lot of men don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Dude probably was like, I
I'm
want
glad you said that.
$10,000.
I'm glad you said that. So we're gonna get back to that question. You danced around it, but what percentage of like these banks do you think have black man seed in it?
That's a
One
good
out of
question.
100.
Well, you know, in America, black people appear only make up what 14%.
Yeah.
So think about that. That even if all of us did, that would only be 14%. So that's not nothing.
Yeah, that's true. And
It's 2%.
Yeah, exactly. So it would be 10% of that. So it would be like 1.4 at least.
Yeah.
they probably
Crazy.
what's the okay? So how, I don't know the process for how this works. So it's like
Slyce, like, I made my kids the old-fashioned way. I'm married. I ain't going through all that. I ain't having it.
I'm saying, like, is it like a sign up sheet? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, online.
I don't know how they do
You gotta go
requirements?
through all kinds of. It's like a physical because that makes sure you don't got heart conditions and make sure your like blood type's good. Make sure obviously you're clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the women, like even like the brat said, she wanted someone who's like tall, athletes, and they're like their grandpa was an athlete. Like you asking for too much.
Yeah.
He got a high intelligence. His IQ was over a certain amount of numbers. Like you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, you
this
want
ain't
too much.
irresponsible. So even gay women have over. The ones they want is even harder. Like, damn, you want a 1% man too? You don't even like men. That's crazy. Like,
Okay.
it's hard to find, man. It's
So
very hard to find.
I know what it would be for me.
How much?
500,000, and she has to be pretty.
Yeah.
But what if they put you on child support later and try to get the money?
I'm not gonna be here. As soon as I get the money, I'm
you gonna
out.
be in Bali with Russell Simmons?
I'll be. I might be.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that because I was thinking about the same thing, and that was my number in my mind too.
500,000.
Yeah, that was my number.
Tax
That was
free?
the first number that came to my mind too.
Yep.
Tax free? Y'all don't gotta pay no taxes on the money?
Hey.
What if y'all had to pay tax on the money and only came out to like 250?
Oh no.
All right, then it's gonna be 800,000.
Damn, it's smart. You gotta rule in inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had an issue, man, and the brat's famous and rich. Like, if she had an issue, think about the average person. Like, Ebony K. Williams not thinking about average women. She's a celebrity. She's rich. She's beautiful.
She
Like,
doesn't care about nobody.
that's crazy. She's very selfish for saying that. Like, and then putting it out. Like, if you think about that yourself, that's fine. But putting it out to other people,
She
is
wants
very
people to
dangerous.
follow her, follow in her footsteps.
Yeah. People like to be miserable with groups of people. They don't want to be miserable alone.
Misery, love.
Just stop using the black man seed. Go get you a poppy.
No,
Go get you a Zeddy.
Go get you an Asian baby.
Yeah.
Mix
That's
up.
probably
the
even
world.
more
So-
difficult.
15 years from now is not the black man's fault.
Yeah, because you're gonna be seeing Dr. Umar blame everything on us if it happens.
Damn RSN podcast.
That's crazy, man.
Umar out here tripping.
That's crazy. He is out here tripping, man. I'm surprised y'all like the only YouTubers that haven't said anything back to him. Everybody's like, man, hell no, that ain't happening.
Nah,
He got people in their feelings, man.
let Umar do his thing. He'll crash out on his own.
He's entertaining though. I will say that. Very entertaining.
He says some funny stuff from time to time, or like even some stuff that's kind of smart, but he'd be saying some really dumb stuff sometimes.
I don't think he can help it, bro. He be getting donations for it.
But it made sense when he said he got 2 daughters. That put it into perspective for me.
I didn't even know he had kids. Other people on YouTube was flaming him. Was like,
got
bro,
two
you got
baby
2 baby
mamas.
mamas, and you telling people out here not to do that. But you got 2 baby mamas.
And
That's
he's
crazy.
telling us to go take care of them.
He's like, hey, y'all better go out there and take care of my baby mamas.
Expeditiously.
He is tripping, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. What we got next?
UPS, so they almost crashed out. There was 340,000 employees that was going to strike on them, and they finally came to an agreement that works for both sides.
Man, just shipping in general, like
They're 6% of our shipping, which could crash the economy if they did that.
that's wild. What you think they're gonna pay them or what?
Yeah, they said they're going to take care of them. They wanted like new things like in their trucks and stuff. They don't have like AC.
Oh no, that gotta be a requirement right there.
So,
What you mean?
so I think one of the things they said with the new trucks, they're going to have like fans and like coolers and stuff like that.
Hey, if it worked for them, hey, I say do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like but that might start a chain reaction because now,
True.
you know what I'm saying? So now what other industry is going to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? As long as they keep it respectable, as long as they keep it like, you know, I get an AC, that should be a necessity. That's a requirement. But, you know, as long as the other companies don't be like, yo, we need, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure
need
they
something
will.
Crazy.
Because people are going to ask for what they want to ask for.
Exactly.
If it's going to affect the economy and they play it the right way, it work out for them,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at you. We're for the people.
Yeah. But they're thinking about profit margin, though.
Employee
That's all-
satisfaction.
Exactly. They're thinking about profit margin and probably the shareholders. They're like, how cheap can we make this product and get our profit back? Like, all these years, think about it. They have AC in the trucks all these years. That's
true.
crazy.
That's true. Now I think they're gonna be on some employee satisfaction. Hey, we're gonna get this right for y'all. And then while they doing that, they're gonna be making robots, man.
Oh, that is a
You
good
know what
point.
I'm
It's
saying?
going to automate it.
They just go automate.
Said, we don't need y'all no more.
Automation is kicking a lot of people out of their jobs, mostly the white collar ones right now. For now, like I know y'all heard about the writer's strike in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that. They use AI in their place, and I just heard today that they're hiring people who are AI sufficient, like
Disney
much
is.
like
I seen that. Disney
AI
is.
engineers, basically, and they'll pay them like $900,000 a year.
That's amazing.
just to work on it.
Maybe time to change careers.
For real. Because that one person could probably take 20 people's old job and they can keep
That's
the
what it's
overhead
about.
down.
That's what it's
That's
about.
amazing. Wow. Yeah, I can see that happening for sure.
So yeah, I think AI is gonna help and it's gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna be a big shift for the culture.
Yeah,
But it's not going nowhere at all.
Nah, it's definitely not.
It's definitely here to stay. I think it's a great time to get your AI certification. And
Go do that for real.
You about to get the bag.
Y'all think any artist is using AI to like get lyrics, songs, and then using the lyrics in their own voice after? You know how those AI songs came out with Drake and everybody's using it like they're real songs? I thought that was a real song.
I like the two-tone rolling.
That's
AI.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a real song. And then imagine you making an AI song and then like it sounds like AI, so you just take the lyrics it gave you and rap it yourself.
Yeah.
Y'all think people are doing that already?
I'm sure they
probably
are.
Yeah, I'm sure people
I mean,
are.
I would, bro. If it came out with a fire song, like that'd be crazy, man.
If anything, I feel like the hooks. If you can get
that's a
some,
good idea.
if you can use AI to get some crazy hook ideas, what?
Yeah. You ain't see the episode of Joe Budden was talking about, he called DJ Drama because he said, I Wanna Rock didn't have any lyrics in it, even though we obviously know it does. You know, he had like spit a few bars in between the hooks. He was like, is this song AI? Did y'all come up with like an AI version to come up with the song? And Drama was kind of like laughing, was like, he didn't say no, but like he kind of laughed it off. It was like, you know what I'm saying?
No definite answer there.
Yeah, because you never know, man. He only rapped a few bars on that song, bro. Like, and it's a hit, certified hit. So you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so lastly with news, we had a shootout in Seattle on Friday. Another one. So I think 5 people lost their lives, and yeah, this is another case of people with guns.
Yeah, I think it's like it's too normal. Like we've been talking about it so many times on here, all these mass shootings and things like that, and it's normalized. It's like it's almost like just as an example, when you read that, right? When you saw the news, you like, oh, it's another mass shooting, man. That's messed up. All right, so what's niggas? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
It's
even
becoming normalized.
It's normalized, and not saying like we're being insensitive or anything like that at all. But
It's just happening so
it's
often.
every day.
It's what Chappelle said. We see the Challenger blow up every day. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, he hit it round the head with that one.
Yeah.
But honestly, what is the solution? What would y'all think is the solution? Like, I see both sides and hear both sides, but I don't know which one is right. And how will we put in the motion or the action?
I would actually think like there's not one answer to this, but I think more education, and especially more gun education, and more mental health education.
Yeah.
I think that is a good start. That's not the only answer, but that's a good start.
I think so too. But what if I have a felony? I'm thrown off in the head, but my girlfriend's gonna get guns in her name. Like how some people get guns now already at gun shows.
Yeah.
Like, how is that going to change? Because it's kind of crazy how some people say that, and then like, well, what's the answer to that? There's always gonna be.
I don't think controlling or taking anybody's rights to bear arms is a good idea, because that can have its own effect that could affect us negatively in the future. But I think definitely more common sense gun control.
Yeah,
I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's the state of the economy too.
Oh, for sure. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What, like everybody going broke,
going crazy too.
They worried about money and bills and all these things. I mean, it's always been a thing, but like like we were talking about before, like you go to the grocery store, everything costs more, right?
Yeah.
Wherever you go, everything costs more. So more people stressed out. That's causing a ripple effect, domino effect, and more problems. You know what I'm saying? Think about this: when the economy was in better shape, were the numbers the same?
It was safer.
It was safer, for the most part, overall.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we didn't have all these mass shootings.
Yeah.
After COVID, we always had mass shootings, but after COVID, it spiked like crazy.
So what do y'all think about places? I know all of us have lived in New York. My mother's side of the family is from New York. What do you think about places that they're very stringent on gun control, like even California? Living in New York, you've lived in New York, right? You've lived in New York, New Jersey area, and the gun laws are so completely different than what we're used to here in Georgia. So you think that actually helps where no one can have guns, or is it in New York where only the criminals have guns?
Statistically, the states that have gun laws like Georgia is more safe.
Wow.
Yeah, because you can protect yourself.
So in New York, pretty much
they know they can run up to anybody.
They know they're the only ones that have guns because they're the criminals.
And they have like the extendo clips and the switches. So
I don't understand that mentality. Well, we're just gonna take the guns out of everyday people's hands, but the criminals are still gonna pack them. We feel more safe. It's crazy, man.
I mean, I guess because it's not really as often. Like, say you lose like maybe 1,000 people a year, but like you still out of that 1,000, who could have protected themselves?
Somebody could have protected the person with the gun, because everybody else is just running because they ain't got no self defense.
Right.
I think the mentality is different when you live in a place like Georgia or Tennessee, where I'm from, or Florida, where you can have guns openly, versus when you live in a city like New York and the criminals have guns, but you don't have guns and you can't legally have guns.
People gotta think twice.
Yep.
Yeah, completely different. It's a different mindset, man. Like when my cousin came down here, he was touring in Texas and Georgia, and had to make him understand. I was like, you're not in New York anymore. People can hold and possess firearms, and like sometimes it's not the good people. You got to know how to move. It's like people talk kind of slick in New York because they can. Down here, you can't really talk slick like that.
Yeah. In the grocery store with the,
Man,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying?
With the blick.
With the blick, bro. Women with the blick. Kids with the blick. Like you said, kids got the damn switches on the guns nowadays. I'm scared of that, bro.
Hell yeah, they can split you in half.
Man, they shooting themselves, bro, in the process, bro. For real, man.
It's crazy.
That's wild, bro. I can't believe we lived old enough to see some stuff like this happen, bro. It's crazy,
wild,
man.
right? All right, so I got another question for you, Trady. What is your favorite sport, and what is your favorite sports team?
Wow, that's difficult, man. Favorite sport is definitely basketball, but since I am a military kid, I moved around a lot. I don't really have a hometown, so probably the most fandom I have for a sports program will probably be the Philadelphia 76ers. If it wasn't that, maybe the Lakers, but it's kind of generic because like I just like individual players like Allen Iverson. Then Lou Will played for the Sixers. I was a big fan of those guys, but also obviously Kobe and Magic and Shaq and all that. But definitely basketball over football.
Hey, I'm glad you said that. And that was a great answer, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you said that because Lemon Pepper Lou just retired, didn't
Man,
he?
shout out to the GOAT, man.
Pepper Lou
Shout out
just
to the
retired.
GOAT, man.
17 years.
That's amazing, man. Honestly, me and Lou graduated together. I played against Lou in high school, man.
Oh,
so
man.
Lou is probably the best basketball player I've ever played in person. And I played some of the greats.
Wow.
I played people that played in the NBA, and he's probably the best player I've personally guarded in my lifetime. And physically, stature-wise, I'm way bigger than him, way stronger than him, and that didn't matter at all. It just didn't matter. Like, I never played against someone where me being 6'5" and agile and athletic didn't matter. He was going to put the ball in the bucket no matter what I did.
Wow.
Shout out to him, man.
That's it. Shout out
the
to
Gwinnett
you,
legend.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lemon Pepper Lou, man.
Congrats, man. 17 years. That's a long time.
That's crazy, bro. Especially someone his size, man. Like when we were in high school, we graduated 2005. Like the rumor was he was going to go to the league, but he had a scholarship to play at UGA, and people was like, he's too small to go to the league. Like there's no way he could be in the league. And it's like it's kind of crazy how 76ers was the one that drafted him, and he was the backup to Allen Iverson, which Allen Iverson was the prototype to his game. Like he's a 6-foot player dominating the NBA at 150 pounds. Like, come on now. If he could do it, Lou Will could easily do it. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Sure.
Another question. So, you know how they have to play in college now before they go to the league?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that 20 years ago. You could go straight from high school.
Lou Will was one of the last people to go straight to the league from high school, which is crazy.
How do you feel about them changing that?
For a long time, honestly, I felt like it was greedy for the NCAA to hold the stronghold of the decision for the young men. Because once you're 18, I think you should have free will to make the decision however you wish. But the rule was if you got an agent or a manager and you declared yourself for the draft and you didn't get drafted, you couldn't go back to college. But if me, just an independent player, I went to Northview High School, I made myself eligible for the draft, and I don't get picked, I could go back to college. But now since the kids are making money, it's a little bit easier because like they can stay in college, they can go to the league, they can go play in the G League, they can play, they can make money in the NIL. So I just like the options of the kids getting paid for the hard work, the injuries, the time away from their family, the sleepless nights versus the college and the coach making all the money. It's a better opportunity for the kids for real.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, look at Zion, bro. Zion probably played a handful of NBA games. He's rich, bro.
Yeah, he ain't got to play another game ever.
Ever, bro. My man got more Jordans out than games he's played, bro. Like he's living a good life. But like 20 years ago, he would have probably tapped out, bro. Because like I'm just being honest, like it wasn't a lot of money coming to players like that. That's why a lot of old NBA players are kind of like bitter at the young guys. You see, Jaylen Brown, he just signed the biggest contract like ever.
$304 million.
Come on, bro.
Starting off with like what, 52 million first year?
He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not even top tier.
No,
That's crazy.
no. He's a good B+ player.
There you go. I say he's like a 6-man, even though he starts, he's like the 6-man type tier. You know what I'm saying? He'll get up to top tier 8. I say I say Tatum is probably the only top 8 player on that team.
Yeah.
He's not on that same level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's levels to this.
It is, but he'll get a max deal like that too. He'll get a max deal like that too for sure. I'm pretty sure.
Boston got a lot of money, man.
John Morant, like there's players like that, Luka, Trey, like they're worth that money. They really are worth that money because you got to think about tickets, merchandising, alcohol, like suites. Like it's a lot of advertising. And you've been to a professional game lately?
Oh yeah,
Bro, it's so much advertisement
Everywhere.
in the arena the whole time. There's so much money. That's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. It's good to see the kids getting some of it.
yeah, nah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what the older generation is supposed to work for anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, they walk so we can run.
Pretty much. We got to run so the next one can fly.
Yeah, real talk.
All right, Udonis Haslem announced retirement after 20 years.
Yeah, man. Udonis, he been with the Heat. Man, 20 years, bro.
He been with the Heat since All About the Benjamins came out.
Yes, yes, he
Still with the
has
Heat
been with
jersey
the Heat
on.
since All About the Benjamins came out. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, he's been through the D Wade, Shaq era. He's been. This is wild.
Bron era,
like he's been there for
the Tyler
20,
Hero era, the Jimmy Butler era. That's crazy, man.
20 years. He played with Alonzo Mourning, bro.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
He
'Cause
played with his own.
Wow, man, that's amazing, man. They've been getting some good talent for over the years, man. In Miami, they really have, bro. You think that they'll get Damian Lillard?
I hope so.
He said that's the first place he wants to go.
I'll be interested to see how that works. Dame, Jimmy, and Bam.
Oh, that is true because they're really guard heavy on that team too. They had to get rid of Tyler or Duncan Robinson. They had to get rid of one of them. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be interesting because what's his name? I'm looking right at his face from Toronto, the guard, Lowry.
Oh, Lowry, Kyle Lowry. Yeah.
Is he coming back? If he's
I
not,
hope so. He's a very important piece, but honestly, they can do without him if they got Lillard. Like, I'm gonna be honest, they can do without him.
Yeah, so I think it'd be interesting. If he didn't go there, where else would you like to see him go?
I think he'll want to go there or probably LA. He just don't want to admit it. A lot of people, I think they want to play in LA, but they don't want to admit it.
Yeah,
because they don't want to see like they're ring chasing, even though LA isn't the favorite in my opinion. Because everybody want to play with Bron.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, I think either the only thing that makes sense to me is Miami or LA. They were talking about Chicago. I don't know.
Why would he play in
Why would he go to
Chicago? Yeah, Chicago's really kind of a dead interest, to be honest. Let me ask you this though: do you think the recent situation with Bronny's health will change LeBron's like retired status? You think it would change his mind? Like if he really can't go back to college and play, LeBron probably step back and retire because he's staying in the league to play with his son.
I think first of all, get well, Bronny. I know you're recovering and everything.
Scary, man. I really had like a moment, bro. It really scared me when I seen that, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like, man, I used to play basketball like that, like night and day. It was like, bro, I never had any heart issues, man. That's scary, bro.
Yeah, that's very scary. And we were talking about last time on the show how hopefully it doesn't affect him mentally when he get on the court thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? But I think if all goes well, which we're hoping, and Bronny, he has, he's playing with USC and he's able to get through the season with no issues and things like that. I think the plan's still gonna go.
He goes to the league. I think he's only gonna play 1 year in college. Yeah, for sure.
But if there's anything that's gonna stop him from playing basketball this year, this is Bron last year.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Bron ain't gonna want to play if his son's health is in jeopardy because he probably would have retired after they won the Bobo ring if he wasn't trying to play with his son. Honestly,
yeah, for sure.
I would have went out like that. I'd have went out on top. I don't want to go out losing and not even make it to the finals, in my opinion. Because what else he got to prove, man?
It shows even sometimes he's not playing in some games.
Seriously, he's like, man, let me just take the night off.
Yo, back in the day, man, you never seen people take the night off.
Never.
Man. You could always depend. Like I used to consistently, when I went to games consistently, I was like, okay, I wasn't worried about somebody not playing. That was never on my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, before I buy some tickets, I'm like, I gotta check the report and see. You know what I'm saying?
That is very true. I went to go see a game one time when D Wade and Shaq was playing together, and Shaq didn't play, and I was so bad, bro. I was like, damn, I want to see Shaq play. So yeah, it's a big deal nowadays, man. Because back then we never thought like that.
For sure.
We definitely think like that. That's crazy, bro.
All right, so Dr. J says super teams don't help. Look at KD.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I feel like we were mentioning earlier. I think there's you know, the old school guys have a different perspective because
True.
things were different. You know what I'm
True.
saying? The way things went was different. The way people moved was different. Everything was different. Now, do you think, besides, 'cause I mean, he was successful with the Warriors,
Very successful.
right? He was very successful with the Warriors. But outside of the Warriors, he played with Russ. You know what I'm saying? He played with James Harden. He played with
Harden.
Kyrie. He played with Booker, Chris Paul.
That was a bust.
Big time. Now, outside of the Warriors, would y'all agree with that?
Outside of the Warriors, yes. I have to.
True.
But sadly, when you do team up like that, I think they put unrealistic expectations on you. Because if he would have stayed in OKC, they would inevitably won a championship. They might have had to take a pay cut, and Harden might have to remain the sixth man a little longer than he wanted to become a superstar quicker, but they were going to win a championship. They gave the Warriors a run for their money the year before he joined the team.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, for real, they was going to beat them that next year, honestly.
That's true. Yeah, I think, you know, I think you made a really good point. Unrealistic expectations. when
Very
you said that.
unrealistic,
Because
bro.
when you look at a team, you know, when you look at a team, is what? 11-man roster, right? And you putting all that pressure on 3 guys.
Seriously.
And you forgetting about everybody else. So if the focus is on those 3 guys and everybody else is not held to that same standard,
Not at all.
the team that everybody's held to that same standard is going to win. Look at, okay, perfect example. Detroit Pistons, Chauncey Billups.
Oh, the era.
Chauncey Billups era. Mr. Big Shot, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rip
yep,
Hamilton.
Yep, they was stacked.
And then they had a decent bench.
Yeah, they did. They had
crazy.
reserves and all that. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's crazy.
But I think that's what Dr. J meant when he said about super teams, because it's just a different era. You know what I mean? Because, like, I mean, it's pretty much championship or bust. If you don't win the championship, they're gonna say it's a lost season anyway. You know what I mean? They're kind of doing that right now with Aaron Rodgers when he playing for New York Jets.
Oh, yeah.
If he don't win the Super Bowl, they're gonna say it's a waste of a season.
And how can you put that on that man?
That's a lot of pressure, bro. Especially
What was their
in the
record
NFL.
last year? You know what I'm saying? If you think about
Average, maybe.
Average.
Decent.
They didn't make the playoffs, right?
Then, damn.
I
So
don't
they're
think
gonna
they
go
are.
from not making the
Make
playoffs to
playoffs
win the
to-
whole Super Bowl.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Against Patrick, I mean, like Mahomes is like, it's not gonna happen. Like, I just don't see it happening, bro.
Nah, me either.
Football's a little harder to come across though. Basketball is kind of open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it is at least. So we'll see. But Dr. J's right though, man. He's right.
Oh yeah.
Charles Lester pulls a finesse 2 times on Deion Sanders and takes his talents to FSU.
Oh man, yeah, I ain't like that.
Finesse.
I'm a Colorado fan, man. And I'm new to Colorado, following Colorado like since Coach Prime came.
Yeah, for
since
sure.
December.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Once Coach Prime came over to Colorado, then I became a Colorado buff. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, word. So, you know, I ain't like how he moved, man. The reason why
He's salty.
I'm very salty right now. Yo, the reason why he came and had a visit with the Colorado Buffs this week, you know what I'm saying? He was there. He was chilling. He was wearing a jersey.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He eating the food. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He taking all the free stuff. And he brought 2 guys with him that he grew up with. Was like, yeah, we come together. We come as a pack. You know what I'm saying? Pause. We here together. We gonna do this thing. Blah blah. Making all the hype. Everybody going crazy. And then 2 days later, he commits to Florida State University. Come on, man.
I can't lie, man. That's crazy. The way he did that was kind of smooth though. He kind of pulled Deion on Deion.
Yeah. I wonder if they sent him to do that.
I think so.
I think they sent him to do that, bro.
Got everybody talking about it
Yeah,
too.
just go up there and act like you're having the time of your life. And then
Yeah.
2 days later, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know he put the jersey on. Was taking
Yo,
pictures.
he had
and
the
stuff.
jersey
That's
on.
Crazy, bro.
He got a photo shoot, a whole photo shoot. He did videos, photo shoot. He
Good for him,
posted
man.
pictures.
He should have brought Boston Richie with him.
I know, like, for real. Good for him, bro. He pulled a finesse.
Oh man, that was wild.
But that's what the portal does, man.
Yeah.
You got the power in the players' hands. That's what we wanted.
Word.
Don't hate the player.
Hate the game.
Facts.
So I got a question for you, Trady.
Yes, sir.
How do you define success as an artist, and what do you want your audience to take away from you when they hear your music?
Success as an artist is existing in the world that you want to create. Like a lot of people complain about the way things are, but they don't want to do anything to change it. So just existing in the world that you want to live in as an artist, if that means you can tour, if that just means you can pay your rent, if that means you just have the resources enough just to record your music and get it out to the people. But personally, to me, it's just, I would say, being able to express yourself, but also not living check to check. You don't have to be balling, but I think a lot of artists, even nowadays, a lot of artists are going through it like financially, but they won't let you know that. Like, you know, you guys know I resell sneakers, so I'm always in like streetwear culture information. And like, I don't know if you guys know that like Virgil Abloh, he designed a Maybach before he passed away, and it was only like 200 of them. I think Lil Baby got one, DJ Khaled got one, but they're going for like 500,000-600,000. So one store just posted, because I do content for like reselling stuff, some rapper, they didn't say who, resold the Maybach and got the money because they needed the money that bad. Dang. So think about Virgil giving you something for like that, $500,000, and you sell it because you need the money. So that's the facade of a lot of artists that live there, where they're still buying jewelry, they're still going to the club, they're still throwing money, and they're doing shows pretty much just to keep the rent paid. But they got to live in this facade where...
And break even all the time.
Yeah, exactly. They pretty much just got no money after they pay all their bills at the end of the month. They're tricking off all their money. Like, that's not success to me. You might look like you got it, but just living the way you really want to live and the lifestyle off of your art is success to me. Even if it's just you paying you and your mama's rent and you got a little money at the end of the month to go back to the studio with. So I just wish people can really escape that hamster wheel of faking it till they make it. Like, I don't think a lot of artists understand, like, you don't got to do that, bro. You really don't. You can just stay at the level you're at, slowly progress and get to where you want to be, and set realistic goals for yourself. And also give the kids an understanding of like what it really is like. You know what I'm saying?
Word. I'm glad you said that, because I was just about to ask. Now I'll ask the second part to this. I was gonna say, you know, what advice would you give to new artists? You know, just trying to get established with their music and things like that. But I guess my second part to that, because that was good advice really good advice you just gave. But my second part to that is, what advice would you give to a new artist trying to find their voice as an artist, right? Like, what I mean by that is, you know, when we first started out, you know, you might go through recording X amount of songs until you like this is my sound. You know what I'm saying? This is my sound. Or working with different producers or things like that. Like, what advice would you give to a new artist to find themselves as an artist, to establish and stay true to themselves once they figure it out?
The first advice I would give the artist is discovery and knowledge. So you have to be curious enough to try to go discover the information, and when you go get the information, that you're actually holding it and you're using it. Because a lot of people go into it very blind and very ignorant, or just wanting to be heard, or unfortunately nowadays wanting to be seen. So I feel like you have to find yourself first and see what you want to do. Set goals for yourself, like I said, that's realistic. And if you comfortable with being who you are, or you're comfortable with being open-minded, because just because you come in one way, you don't have to stay that way. That's one thing. And then, like, creatively, I would say the important part is, if you don't have a lot of resources, invest in yourself. Like right now, we're at Slyce's production studio. You have to invest in where you're working at. Instead of you spend a lot of money to be at Patchwork every weekend, spend $100 an hour, get you a laptop, get you a mic, and start doing what we do in basketball and shoot your 1,000 shots a day. So be at home, writing songs, putting stuff on SoundCloud, which is free, getting a mailing list, build a mailing list up, send songs to your fans, like directly, what we call DTC in the sneaker community, direct to consumer, and they will give you honest feedback. And then you see what works. Look at your analytics. See what's the big breakdown between genders, ages, demographics, losses, how much money you're spending, and see what works for you. And once you see what works for you, just focus on that. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're going to get there, but you have to be patient with the journey, because a lot of people just want to burn instantly and not work up to that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's dope. Okay.
All right. So, any more questions? Or are we ready?
I got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. For anybody who want to get in contact with you, get some sneakers.
Yes, sir.
How do they do that?
All of my social media is all the same, and I advise artists to do the same. Make it very easy for people to find you. All you have to do is just go to Straptown Tradie. It's one word. You can do any platform: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Doesn't matter. And it just makes it easier for people to contact you. You guys can hit me up on Instagram, tweet me, whatever you guys feel more comfortable on, whatever platform you're on. Holla at me, I'll holla back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Trader, you ready for a fun hip hop question?
Yes, I am. Actually, I am.
So this is how we always close our show. So I want you to name these Jay-Z albums in order, best to worst to you.
Let's get it.
Oh,
Let's get
I can't wait to hear
Let's
this one.
get it.
I can't wait to hear this one.
We got The Blueprint,
Okay.
Reasonable Doubt, and Watch the Throne. 1 through 3.
Woo.
Blueprint first. Reasonable Doubt. It started it all. And then Watch the Throne because I honestly felt it was more like a Kanye album with Jay-Z features on it. It wasn't a true Jay-Z album like the Blueprint. Blueprint is like Magnum's opus for Jay-Z. It was like the one, you know what I mean? Like, and then Reasonable Doubt started it all, but definitely Blueprint first, Reasonable Doubt, and then Watch the Throne.
I did that because you said Jay-Z is your favorite artist. For
sure,
All right, so
for sure.
Slyce, what do you say?
Oh, absolutely the same thing. I'll say
Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt, and Watch the Throne?
well, let me go back. Blueprint's number one for me.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It's absolutely number one. Where I'm torn at between Watch the Throne and Reasonable Doubt is, I think I really like Watch the Throne, and you made a really good point that it's kind of like a Kanye album, but he just got so many good songs on that joint.
Reasonable Doubt don't have the hits.
He don't got the hits.
Got the
Throne got the hits. That's where I'm torn at. It's like Reasonable Doubt got the fact that
Good B-sides.
yeah, good B-sides, relatability and storytelling like that. So it's like if you want to hear some like good lyricism,
True.
you know what I'm saying, and the essence of hip hop kind of thing.
Biggie's on there, man. Like, come on, bro.
Then
like,
you got to go with Reasonable Doubt. But if you want the hits, like if you riding in the
hits,
car
bro.
and you trying to hear something, I'm
Bangers.
gonna put on Watch the Throne before
Bangers.
Reasonable Doubt. If I'm
You
being
right.
honest,
You're right.
Okay, so
about you?
my order is The Blueprint, then Reasonable Doubt, then Watch the Throne.
Okay.
So the people actually, we're all wrong. They all went with Reasonable Doubt first.
Number one.
I knew it. That's what, and it's crazy.
This is a New York poll. Everybody in New York.
It's got to be New York bias. Or someone over 35.
Yeah.
One or the other, or both.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at that, though.
Word.
Reasonable Doubt is such a good album.
Yes, sir.
Trey, we like to thank you for stopping by with us today, man.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Absolutely, man.
RSN, rap, sneakers, and niggas. We in the building. Y'all know what's up, bro.
Word.
If you guys made it to the end of the show, we want to thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm Canary Valance.
Slyce.
Strap Town Tradie, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah.